In 30, our scholar has come into her own. She is now an architect, thanks to the improvements, and we finished pyramids. Pyramids was huge. It let us immediately pick up serfdom and monotheism, instantly solving almost all of our order problems, even though we're not an orator, which was great. We have all these laws available. We can go straight to 6 laws right now, and sovereignty is next turn, which will be 7. Very much going to be looking for that, the civics boost card for 800 civics from sovereignty. Definitely will want it. Annoyingly, we got a raid here, 2 raids actually, and we had to clear them. So I had to pull this upgraded elite unit Libyan cavalry up north. I think that's fine. We'll upgrade some more forces here and clear this last Numidian. We want to bring our forces north anyway, so it's okay to leave those up there. That's likely the direction we're going to go. We'll probably clear some of these barb camps. The Danes offered me some wood, so I did not go to war with them. We might go kill them depending on how much they are. We're trying to scout and get some vision right now. We're trying to get to that 40%, send them out. Opted for Master Monk here instead of Additional Settler. We are building Additional Settler. We're going to settle a Rider City here, like here. So we get 1, 2, lots of food, get growth up in the city, and eventually make this probably a secondary military production city thanks to all that growth. Should be good to support. Opted for here for a cleric site so we can get some nice potentially marble and not marble, but some nice stone. And then if we put a monastery here, I think that'll push borders here, potentially grab that and get us a lot more stone and potentially solve our stone issues. Just need religion to spread. We also did take legalism to get that spread going, hopefully, as well as we were getting attacked and the disciple was pretty injured. So he didn't really want to heal it up. And yeah, I already had a temple here and everything's been built up here. So this eventually will build Temple of Solomon, probably low priority, maybe once we get that civics unlock. Law-wise, we're definitely looking for vassalage, definitely looking for epics, because we're going to be killing a lot of stuff still. And then probably slavery at some point. TBD, we still haven't met our opponent, nolegskitten. Hopefully one of these early scouts will get us some vision. I did see that he scouted this way because I only got 1 legitimacy, so he probably has scouts all over. Not surprising with, I believe, I think he started Rider Persia or Hunter Persia. I'm not sure. Maybe just Hunter Persia. So he might have 1 scout, but with a schemer, I would have almost assumed he's going to go Rider for double scouts. So we will see. So yeah, we're expanding, basically building up settlers. We'll build another one here. So our first wave will settle here. So that'll take us from 3 to 6. Once that one finishes there, that one's going to go here. I think there's some dyes, and also to get some more quarries up and running because we are very short on stone. We're also going to want some. I'm pulling this worker down as well so we can get some growth improvements here. I don't have a worker here and don't really have anything I need to improve right now. Pretty much everything's improved. In fact, I borrowed one of these workers. This worker will probably come over here to this new city as well, because this city really doesn't have much more to improve. It just kind of is. Lots of farms, beautiful nets, which unfortunately all got pillaged by I think it was a Numidian cavalry, just sort of swam around here and pillaged everything, and finally got out and annoying, had to wait for it to kill. Just raids. I don't love them at all. Understand why they're there, but they're not particularly enjoyable. Ambition wise, 40% of the map, 7 cities, both those should be doable. We're 32, lots of time. Succession, we have Princess Iput, who we're going to be double tutoring, lots of money in the bank, thanks to all these, as well as our leader being a Pathfinder, which makes camps and nets double 100% output. Imagine that, plus a hunter leader, plus a hunter city. Oh my god. But even that gives us 1.2 orders for that camp and 100 gold from this fisher. We did send those luxuries very early to the city to get it to week. So pretty good there. So that will hopefully get that city cultured up. Tech-wise, we have been beelining sovereignty. Since we're scholar, we can just basically pick whatever text we want effectively, because we're rerolling across 4, and then we just sort of pick the one that we want. I think once we get sovereignty, we will likely go for portcullis. I think that seems like the natural place. I feel like we're teching pretty well right now. Most of that tech is coming from Waset with the apprentice specialist and the Jewish monastery and the Jewish disciple, and our governor also has 5 wisdom. I had an option to take an event and get 1 wisdom or pick up this Numidian courtier. Picked up the Numidian courtier. Probably Mimi, but I want to put her, she's pretty young. I want to put her as a general on this elite Libyan cavalry. That'll let her heal and potentially lead to destroying all the Numidian friends. And she's a heckler and a Highlander. So you can imagine, like once we assign her, it'll be really useful to have a Highlander general. And as a hero with that much courage, she does 10% extra damage. So very, very solid. Law-wise, yeah, we have serfdom and monotheism and a bunch of other laws unlocked. I think I will take Revelation before I really take too many other laws. I would rather have Revelation first, and it doesn't feel like epics might be a little bit like it doesn't. None of those laws feels very impactful, except for maybe vassalage. But even vassalage, I'm just not spending that much on unit upkeep right now. A little bit maybe the warriors. So maybe we can probably take vassalage for econ, but I want the religion to spread. That definitely feels like something we want. So we'll see once we. I mean, it won't be a big issue because once we get the nice thing about going sovereignty so early is we get that civics boost cost 800 civics goes a long way. That lets us take, especially with pyramids, that will let us take 2 laws, which will probably be vassalage and epics. I don't feel that slavery is really worth it. We don't have that much production. So like 20% more on very little is not really worth taking. Vassalage, we have a lot of units right now just standing around, thanks to our Orator minus 30 mercenary recruitment. So definitely want to probably take vassalage and epics maybe. You could also make a case for orthodoxy, but we're always going to be capping our orders. So there's no point taking that right now. So yeah, the civics boost card is what we're going to be fishing for next turn. So fish for civics, thanks to scholar, and yeah, vassalage and revelation. Probably with one of these, which will leave me with only 1, but it's not really spreading, so that's fine. Vassalage, revelation, and epics probably as our 4th law. That way we can also get strongholds up and running here. Potentially even get some early, this is the rider seat, so it's okay that there's no horse. Potentially even get some early Kushite calves out once we get our barracks up. No wonder yet from our Persian friend. I would anticipate he will be going for Rabadana, potentially, if not Great Zig. I don't know. Don't have great vision on him. Yeah, so, well, that's all I've seen so far because that's where he found his religion. Cities, we've got just that 1 Rax, and we're building a garrison, and then we'll build another Rax. Definitely need to get that stone up and running. Right, sources of science. Yamu, our sage's site, is up there. Yamu, sorry, is the civics pump right now, thanks to I don't know why Yamu's doing so much civics. The Jewish monastery, the sages base. Waset is giving us a lot of science. 12 science. Yeah, I think we went over the science. Family opinion. Everyone's pretty happy, except for the riders, because they're zealot and they hate our guts and they haven't converted religion. This guy is the leader. We should definitely influence him. I don't know that we'll be able to convert the rider family right now. It's not as important to do so. And the religion's already pretty happy. So it can't go over 200 in terms of bonuses. So there's actually very little reason to convert him unless we need to convert people. But we don't really need to convert the 2. Like, everyone's pretty happy and like I can always assign an ambassador. I have not done so because I don't see him particularly great, and I don't really need to deal with it. The civics are too precious right now. So some graphs. Mill score pretty flatlined. We've stopped taking units, so haven't really gained that much more. Mill score, family opinion, kind of on the upswing. I think with folks converted. Science, chilling around 40. So you can see it breaks down quite a bit. And then money is doing actually really well. Orders, 25, better than we were as an orator because we hadn't really kicked off. So you can see the moment we adopted serfdom and monotheism. We just basically went from 12 to 18 orders, and it's just been getting better and better. Remember, every city helps a lot. Specialists, we have 3, an apprentice monk, 2 fishers. We produce 6 workers, 0 military units produced, and 27 improvements controlled, 1 quarry. There's not enough stone on this map right now. We need to settle towards quarries sites. All right, that's it. See you in 10 turns or so.
Alright, turn 40, so time for any report. So this is the beginning of the turn. Apparently this character has converted to Zoroastrianism. Excellent. I'll pick the stone boost, which I sorely need. So, over the past 10 turns, I conquered and settled these 2 sites. This one will be finally cleared of barbarians this turn. I'll pick this one next. So the Gauls have converted to Zoroastrianism, which is cool. That's automatic and immediate conversion when I settle the city. So this one is already has a religion, this one too. I'll settle this site as well this turn. I'm being attacked by barbarians in the south. Of note, actually I had an option to ask the guy from my raider family to suicide to prevent the tribal invasion from the Scythians, and I was getting righteous in the bargain. So actually I picked that because it allowed me not to have to focus on the south. This city can hold for now. I have a minor raid in Samarkand, but the single slinger is quite able to deal with it himself, and I just needed to hold long enough to protect the worker making the garrison, so that I can appoint a judge and go faster with getting master and elder monks, which will be my plan for civics generation, especially as I have awesome culture. Persia will be will be strong in 2 turns. Samarkand will be strong in 3 turns. Proftasia not so much, but that will come as well. There's already an apprentice monk here. I'll get fur and additional goodies. This rider city will get good civics generation. I just got spoked wheel, so I will start chariots soon that will deal with the southern rabble, and then I'll restart expansion in that direction. So on Alcaraz front, I think he founded, I expected him to found 2 cities this turn, but apparently he founded only 1, but he became strong in Wasset. So he probably has his elder monk already. So this is Wasset, so we can see he became much stronger than me on turn 36, I noted. So he's only stronger than me, so it was just on the margin, and my rushed slinger was enough to compensate. He doesn't seem to have the training to upgrade his units, which is good for me, and probably reached, if I have to guess, spoked wheel recently. So, and his rider city seat is here, so this is the equivalent of this city, which is a sorry site, but that's what it is. I saw that he had a settler walking out last turn, which I expect will be settling here, or might be looking for this site. My scouts are back after having moved on the other side of the map. Let me check my events. Penalty opinion. What I get? Is this a new character? Oh. Yeah, but I like judges and I need judges. And this guy seems not to have a family, so I could assign him anywhere, which is excellent. He doesn't like me because I'm a skimmer, but he's righteous, which compensate a bit. Slothful isn't ideal, of course, but it doesn't look too bad. And what about minus 40 opinion for all families? Good news is I'm not a narrator, so I don't care that much, and my family are super happy. Well, it's good that they're happy, but it's not critical that they remain friendly. I actually picked up quite a few malices that are big, but decrease quickly, so That should be cool. The force suicide is already halved since the beginning, and the restoranism is doing wonder for my relations. So actually I'll pick it. I don't want to disappoint my heir. On the other hand, I'm going to die one day or another. 57 still going strong, but I don't really want my queen to become estranged. I influenced and interceded to get her to be friendly, so estranged is -100. Disappointed from the princess is possibly even worse, although if I remember correctly, no, it's not currently interceding, so I could intercede and compensate. Extravagant or proud are bad, so I don't want those traits. She's already deceitful on -2 charisma, it's not too great. But yeah, I think I lose a bit of bonus from my queen, but I'll kill a unit first. Alright. Value the experience on the zealot. So I've made a lot of use of zealot stand ability to survive with just 1 hit point and all those kind of marginal plays that I tend to enjoy. It's not working too bad, so they can't kill my slinger this turn, and that's all I need essentially. The garrison will be finished and I will be able to assign a governor, and that's all I'm asking for. I think I want the pasture of the wheat tile. Do I want to grab the barley, or do I want to leave it for Proftasia when the time's come? If it's a choice with this site, I don't really want it. Hunters, I've already some plans to found hunter families. There's not much I can do with riders here, so let's make it another Clerics family. So my son is in age for tutoring. He will study politics. And let me tutor him while I remember. And yeah, I'd rather estrange my wife, I think, than my daughter and heir. Alright, so let's keep exploring around the alcaras territory. Let's see if we can find a few landmarks left. Alright, so he's cleared quite a few sites in advance, which has probably been struggling producing settlers. There's not much food on the map. This was funded quite recently apparently. I would expect the wheat to be high priority given the food situation on the map. So if it's not improved, the city was probably settled only recently. Alright. I'll actually repair the damage. Since the production of the worker is dependent on growth, and growth receives quite a bit of penalty because of the damage, it's actually efficient than to fix the damage first. This city is repairing, that's fine. And this is not Austrian yet, so I don't need to move my dicey ball to do anything. It's fine here for now. I have 3 monasteries. I am not worried about wood. And yeah, so I have to. I made my first quarry on turn 36. This one, and I'm barely getting any stone yet. But I don't plan on making. I don't have grand plans for wonders or anything like that. I just want to make a few barracks and garrisons, and that'll be enough for what I need to do. Let me see if the church I recruited is available. No, it's not. So I don't know. Where is the prince consort? Okay, he's a hunter. So that will be the... I will appoint him as the judge next time. So my plans haven't changed much. I'll continue to expand a bit in the north. This site is high priority. This one mostly to grab the coast and alleviate pressure on my core. I might grab. And after that I probably won't focus very much in the north. I will switch gear toward the south and trying to gun for this amazing 6 pasture site. Well, not quite 6, although yeah, this one won't be immediate range, but almost. Alcaras will definitely settle it, and I'll need to scramble to grab this part of the map as well. This site is free. That's the destination of this settler. I'll settle here, probably make a rancher here to grab a tile, and the hamlet will grab me the horses later. And this site I don't know how much of a priority I would give, because I'd rather move toward the center. So yeah, that's it mostly. I have a larger empire than Alcaraz at the moment. Let me see, can I do something with the Chancellor? Oh, I do actually have 2 judges, 2 hunter judges. I don't really want to appoint any of them. This one is corrupt, this one is righteous, cunning and slothful. I'd rather take slothful actually from a governor, because righteous fits what I want to do, and is also a bit younger, and I certainly don't want corrupt. It was appointing him, not really. My opinion are super good. Maybe I'll need to imprison someone at one point, I don't know. I'll consider that. My civics are precious, so I don't really want to appoint someone I don't really need at the moment. And yeah, I'll get to what. So the plans to develop my economy will be monks for civics, and officers as the next specialist. In 2 turns I'll be done with my settler, and I'll have finished my first barrack in Persia, and I will switch to chariots. I think I'll need at least 3 to be a little bit comfortable with barbs, and a lot more to go toward alcaras. This trio of very cheap units has been enough to grab these 3 sites from the Gauls and this one from barbarians. So I'm quite happy with efficiency militarily, and yeah, that's it. Let me check my notes. Yeah, I bet some stone for an event to get a gate, celebratory gate for a critical in Barca, so a little bit of extra training and culture. I'll be strong very quickly, despite not founding clerics in Barca. I don't know if Alcaraz made better use than usual of harvesting culture. Maybe he did. That's definitely a possibility, but I suspect it's rather an elder monk in Barca that is providing insane culture. He likes to found cleric and start with the monastery right away, while I took my time to found this city as my 3rd one, and got to get a monastery quite a bit later. So he's far ahead in tech, but we'll see what he does with that, if he manages to convert into something. I have 7 cities to his 4 at the moment. I fully expect he'll settle next turn, or maybe the one after that, but I'm not stopping expansion right now. I'll have 2 more settlers in 4 turns. and we'll be able to settle relatively rapidly. So we'll see how that goes. See you next time.
Turn 50. We just hit our ambition for 7 cities. We founded a bunch. We're actually up to 8 now. We also have 6 laws, thanks to being able to enact a bunch of laws when we got civics boost. So we found it here. We've got some raids coming in. We still haven't quite met Nolegs. We are getting there. And yeah, so starting some apprentice officers here. We have Constitution, Serfdom, Monotheism, Vassalage, Epic Slavery. Haven't picked up Orthodoxy yet. Very short on orders at the moment. Pulling some units up north here to clear this, and then potentially clear all these barb camps. Yeah, probably just going to hold and settle to the north there, I think. Hold this front. Founded a bunch of cleric cities here. Probably found riders wherever we can. Maybe up here. Definitely want to scout this somewhere. Haven't found a scout. My heir has gone off and become eloped, which is a pretty long and involved event chain. The other option was imprisoning, and I didn't really want to imprison her. She got Schemer from an event, which I wasn't a fan of. I was hoping for Eloquent. So we will see what she comes back as. Intolerant here, which is not great because minus civics. We are finishing the forum here, and then we'll probably do forum 3 for max civics, and then we will start inquiry pumping. It's not great right now. Just don't have very much to get. We are getting Collis next, and then we will head over to citizenship, I think. Yeah, haven't scouted our enemy, so we don't know what's going on there. And we'll see what the elope event happens. Very, very order constrained at the moment. But at least we're finally kind of on par with cities, although we're still behind because he has more cities than I do. And some of those wonders. This will be a great growth city. We're starting development here. We'll probably pull some of these workers below. I'm trying to keep all my clerics proximate so I can move workers around and really speed up some cities. That helps a ton. Trying to scout a little bit here. Really want to get over and see him. Should be soon. I guess he hasn't cleared the mirror of that camp. So maybe he went north. We'll see. There's also a Numidian camp here, so that's going to be annoying to take out. And they will send raiders over the sea. Really want to get this up in production. We're getting there built in Odeon as well. So it's going to take a while for that to get to strong. We can always upgrade here, but that's expensive. We definitely want to get Polis and Forestry, I think, after Callus, before citizenship, after citizenship, probably after citizenship. Not sure. We feel a little bit behind. The long delay on founding our third city really hurt us. So we're kind of behind. We just don't have the parallelism that we need. And these raids are also really painful. I'm pulling these up to deal with these raiders and also to clear some more barb sites here because these are really great sites. We're also trying to get some lumber mills, or not lumber mills, quarries up. We definitely need some. We'll get some. We finally are bordering some, so really need to get that been running. And we almost revealed 40% of the map, so very, very close. Almost there. So yeah, let's take a look at tech tree. We've gotten some more techs on our way to Portcullis. We picked up sovereignty and civics boost, which is really nice. So feeling pretty good there. Law-wise, we are at 6 with an option to go to 7. Pretty much when we have the 6 civics for it. Probably will take citizenship. It's another reason I want to go citizenship. It's a great 7th law, gives you 70 civics, so it just powers up all the other laws as well. And I want to get courthouses here and here. I'm going elder monks here. There's no scholar here, so we'll see what we can do. Maybe I can move there's a scholar here, so I could, in theory, once I have civics, move my queen over there and move in another scholar here and slowly double inquiry here, which will help a lot. Those cities will do that. Everyone else is going to be doing apprentice officers and production. Really need to get that stone up so I can support barracks and then production for Kushite calves, which will be coming out of here once that gets to strong, which probably needs some help getting there. Trying to connect all our water line together as well so that we can connect. This is probably going to need a bireme to be able to connect. And again, really want to get vision on what's going on there. Cities by training, not too much right now, just that one city with the barracks and then some riders. So not doing great training wise. Really need to make sure to start those apprentice officers sooner. This city was founded so late that it really hurt. Because you didn't want to get that third family seat down quickly as possible. Probably overbought mercenaries as well, which was not great. We didn't need that many mercenaries. It would have been better to expand slightly slower, not burn all my money on influencing people to try to get religious reputation. Yeah, so we haven't even influenced him because there's no point. In theory, we could convert this family. I'm kind of waiting for natural spread, although I'm founding about a shrine here, so that'll mean Egyptian paganism. So maybe that was a mistake with they will probably convert, in which case I might need to influence that guy to convert, except for I'm going to be tutoring all the time, so I can't influence. So, oh well, maybe I shouldn't have taken that shrine. So, oh well. The founding seat is here, though, so it's not going to be completely terrible. Put festival here because I don't really want another worker. 7 years. Maybe I should have taken a settler, but I'm not going to be settling that much in the direction. Next settle is here, 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 and probably somewhere along the coast. If we have time, we really need to get eyes on our opponent and get some idea of what he is doing. We don't have any idea, and actually lost our tooltip trick because that leader has not been influenced. Science-wise, we're doing all right. Wasat is at 14, largely thanks to the elder specialist in the monastery and the double bonus. That +4 clerics 100% for monasteries is just so amazing. And we were building temples here as well. We really need our religion to spread more. I just did take Revelation as well, so we got one of those theologies just to get this thing spreading. It's now in 3 cities, so we needed to go, especially the riders, especially here, any cleric site. That's part of the reason I'm founding so many cleric cities. I would like more and more religious spread. It's just so powerful, especially with monotheism. Everything just snowballs very nicely. More cities, more orders, etc. And the clerics 100% means every monastery is 4 and every temple is 2 orders and 6 culture, which is just enormous. Definitely need to quarry the heck out of the city and then get some barracks down so that I can get at least apprentice officer specialists everywhere. So priority-wise, it's always hard. I think part of it is you need to balance your stone income, which right now is shit. I have food, but like stone is so expensive right now. This is a very, very expensive build. 8 gold each stone, so definitely need to get more and more quarries up. Family opinion, very happy here, except for the riders who haven't converted. They'll be fine as soon as they convert. And also Zealot just hates Scholar. She's also severely ill, so maybe she'll be gone. My ruler, I think, recovered from being severely ill. That was no, that's a different game. Sorry, different ruler is severely ill. Also in another Egypt game, so never mind about that. And then stat-wise, we have 4 specialists, a master monk, an elder monk, and 2 fishers. 9 workers produced, 0 military units produced, and 38 improvements, 3 monasteries, 3 temples, the pyramid, 5 garrisons, again orders, 2 racks, net pastures, etc., etc. So mel score, we can take a look here, 1522. Part of that I think is just from I did get 1 warrior event here and put a general on the warrior and then ran away. So that's a free warrior that I think I got from a scouting event here or something. The Scythians asked if I would declare war on the Danes. They gave me a warrior for it. They're like, sure, free unit, why not? And probably want to clear these Danes. I think, are they a single site camp? I don't know. Gonna go find that out. Probably want to upgrade 1 more of these and then send it north. And then maybe send the other 2 east along with this. This one of these is a Marauder that I don't really want to upgrade. This one I do want to upgrade. Not really great on training right now, but that will help as I get cities along. Definitely need to found another. This rider city is going to be great as well. So probably need to found rider and sage sites. This is definitely a rider site up here. I don't see any more horses. I always feel bad founding riders where there are no horses. There's some horses in the middle of nowhere here. So this could, in theory, be a rider site with some expansion. So I was thinking cleric, but I think potentially rider actually, because of that horse. So yeah, and then probably sages for the last 2 sites or something like that. Lots of marble here, which could be a very good rider city. Just he didn't settle north. I suspect he did, but I don't know. Science, we're rocking along at 55, up from 41 10 turns ago or so. And then orders, you can see where our orator died. You can see where we got our religion. And then we are now finally catching up with those temples. +2 each is really big. I just need so much more stone because I need to build temples and I need to build barracks in a lot of places so I can get my constitution fueled specialist economy up and running for that 1 gold per urban specialist. So We'll deal with the raids. I don't really want to push into the raids. Don't want to go to war with the Scythians. They are sort of an early warning system as well. If I start seeing these camps fall, I know he's coming. He might also come over the water. I don't have a great vision on the map. That's why part of the reason I want to get to Spoked Wheel, so I can get some agents up. I know he's got to be way, way long ago. So we'll see. Curious what happens with that eloped event as well. And we are double tutoring. And just to show you the power of double tutor, that is a 4 wisdom, 6 charisma, 2 courage, 1 discipline romantic schemer. So super cool. And she married this son-in-law dude who's also a schemer, so they really love each other. Schemer I got from an event. I think had a chance to roll eloquent, but opted for schemer. Can't compare relative strengths because I have not met my opponent yet. So we'll end this here and be back in 10 turns or so.
Hello. So turn 50 report. Let me check my turn first. We'll play it together, I guess. So conversion to Zoroastrianism. So among the changes, I didn't need the orders for monotheism until very recently. So I just adopted the state religion and monotheism last turn, which is 6 orders. I think I have 6 cities with the religion. It's 7 now. It's so it's spread to a new city. It's nowhere near as valuable for Alcaras yet, because he has only 3 cities with Judaism. So monotheism is 3 orders, and his leader is, I'm pretty sure, a scholar, not a narrator, and I don't see anyone robust. So he's been working on garrisons. There's a garrison. He has temple for a long time, so it's very obvious that he has doctrine, but that he snatched it early. Monastery here. I don't know where there's a temple. He's been using his orator to buy the tribes from all the Numidian sites and clear them very early. So that's why he's so strong. It's mostly mercs. He didn't make any other units. He will adopt 7 laws. I'm not sure why he didn't. I don't assume it's a civics issue because he has a pyramid, so the laws are super cheap. But probably he's trying to hide push for when he can. The only city that's strong is Wathet, so he can only make a citadel here if he wanted to, and Wathet is the mirror of Persia, so it has no horses. That's why I funded horse riders. It's because I wanted to be able to build my unique units or other mounted units in my capital, because I assumed it would be among the first to developing and then strong, and it didn't disappoint. So I think Egypt is going for a strong push on unique units, but if Alcaraz tends to play ultra conservative, which often means it never attacks. So maybe he will not be as intimidated because I'm not sure, it was a long time ago. I think he won our last duel. We didn't complete it actually, it was broken by the DLC update. But he might attack early. The truth is, if he was at my borders, he would be super dangerous, but it doesn't. Most of his strength is small units actually. Strength 3, strength 4. I'm guessing he doesn't. He has a hard time finding the training to make those units, and he's pushing toward the middle of the map very quickly. And I want this city at least close to the mirror point very quickly. So this is an issue because it means I have to go through Scythians. I'd really like the Scythians to all move toward Egypt, so ideally I'd have them declare war and possibly send an invasion, but I'd need them friendly for that. Maybe I can get there with a marriage, but it's a bit of a low percentage play, so I don't think I'll be going for that. But I need to push south, is the conclusion. I reached strong with, Pathfinder, but mostly a hunter city with 4 pearls. Is very strong culturally, and in Persia it's been mostly harvesting the cultural resources. So I was strong until 40, I think, which is quite good for a city that has only 1 cultural resource and no artisan, no grease, nothing like that. So that's cool. Strong is mostly valuable because it means in some account my elder monk is 6 civics, which is awesome, and I'm using the city to rush my officers, my elders officers for my ambition, and I want officers everywhere anyway. I really need to catch up on science, and that will be fueled by urban specialists, monks and officers. It will be the same in Parsa, but I don't have a judge. I only had my king that was possible to assign in Parsa, who's a good governor, don't get me wrong, but I really want to rush specialists, and I can't. Same in Proftasia. I don't have a garrison yet, but I didn't prioritize it, mostly because I didn't have a judge for the clerics, and I still don't have one, I expect. Yeah, I got a few tacticians, heroes, schemers, but I don't have a judge. I have a second hunter judge, so this is why I'm making a garrison here even before I completed the third tiles. I will be buying this specialist as soon as possible. 4 third tiles, 4 hunters potentially. Well, it will take some time because I'll need a festival as well to reach the number of citizens. Means this city will be producing luxuries that are favored by 2 of my families. Both of these would really enjoy fur, and fur would have awesome culture and discontent bonuses in cities as well. So in this city I had quite an adventure. I went at it with 2 very hard slingers and warrior, which you might remember as my entire army last time I made one of these reports. And I miscounted damage, lost a slinger. I had my settler, I think, around here, ready to settle, and that would have been pushed back by 2 turns. 1 to kill the unit, and I would have to lose the last slinger, which was hurt as well. So I really played the margin and miscounted, so that was a heart-wrenching misplay. I decided to double on it, which meant sacrificing the slinger by attacking again, and the turn after, my warrior would be able to clear out the camp, even if the units were still around, and I could settle, save the warrior, and not deviate too much from my plan timing-wise. But I got insanely lucky. When my slinger attacked, I got an event for making a critical hit on the unit. My slinger died, actually, directly, would have died from the attack in the interturn normally, but also the enemy unit. And I got rewarded with a warrior. So I got a warrior instantly around to pick the city, which was awesome. Now I think I got the warrior in my capital, actually. It's this guy. And then I moved my settler to capture the city, and I got another free warrior on site for capturing the camp and settle the thing. So I lost 2 slingers, but I got 2 warriors. So not too bad, and I got insane luck, essentially compensating for my my misplay. So that was a fun little story here. So that's the thing that happened. I held here with Sislinger, who's now ready to pick this goal camp, which is probably the last one I want in the north. I got a settler that should be coming in 4 turns here. I really need to work on my infrastructure. Barely any city is connected, but it would take a lot of road to go there. I'm working mostly on my science at the moment, which means these 2 clerics monasteries. There's a disciple working on a monastery here, below the warrior, which will grant me plus 8 science flat, and I'll also be working on monks, of course. Officers will be the next, so most of my stone will be going to officers. I made my first quarry on turn 36, I think, something like that. So that's a bit crazy. I'm now up to 9 cities compared to 6 on Alcaraz side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So no, I think he is having trouble in going to the next phase of his plan, which I assume is going to unique units. Alright, so there's a monastery, there's a temple. His military units are not around here, noticeably. Okay, working on a stronghold, doesn't have it yet. But I'm going to Portcullis. Not especially expecting a lot of science out of it, although it might happen. But mostly I want agents in his cities, and I want as much vision as possible. So this one will make agents in these southern cities, and my other scout is checking where is moving on the front. My leader is still alive, which is lucky, I have to admit. So he had a settler here last turn, so I assume he moved south, if I don't see it. Because Alcaras is usually not one. Yeah, indeed. So that's where I found it, is his next city. And that's a Clerics one, so yeah, he'll be going for monasteries, for +4 monasteries in quite a few places, and that would be a default play essentially, I assume. It puts sage cities when there's a lot of opportunity for specialist ones, and riders family only when there's horses around. Okay, so on my side, I now have 2 chariots. I actually picked the free chariot card. I finally cleared the long-standing barbarian attack here. I'm not sure how and when I want to attack the Scythians, unfortunately, and I don't think I have time to clear the back before going there, meaning I will need quite a few units to hold their aggression while I'm progressing, and I still want to finish the goals essentially. So these units are still work in front of them, including a slinger that should be out relatively soon in this city. Next turn the barracks won't be entirely completed, so I'll have my elder officer and my elder monk. I'll let the slinger complete, and I'll have 2 slingers, 2 warriors. These ones are hurt, so they will need a bit of time. But this guy is a healer, at least, which I got from one of those city capture events. Oh no, he got renamed, I think, this unit. Yeah, they are the Immortals, and they got a free healer promotion out of it. So this is a 4 strength marauder, not quite able to kill my warrior in one hit, I'm fairly sure. So I need to finish this guy, take a hit, and then finish it next turn. I don't think a surprise unit could be in range. Also, he has a lot of, I said, he bought a lot of rebels with his first orator, but he has trouble upgrading them. They're all, well, this one is strength 4, this one is strength 3, but he doesn't have huge training generation. I spotted a few barracks, and he will have priests to try to make training that way at one point. But I'm sure finding training to upgrade all his units while his characters are not generating much and his cities presumably not much, because alcaras will tend to make military buildings in military cities, which is sensible, but this one is still developing at the moment, still trying to build itself up, and only his seat is a true military city, meaning able to make cavalry units. You'll hear, I'm sure, Alcaraz in command say, I can't make a military city, unit in this city, because in his mind, a military unit means a mounted unit. So there are no... the rest doesn't count. I'm not even sure if he realizes he's doing that, but that's... he has a strong tendency to do that. So he might surprise me, because he surprised me with a narrator pick and all that, but that's a reasonable base assumption, I think. Alright, so now playing my turn, I have an event with marriage offer. Oh, well, for me actually, for the king, I could marry a heal schemer. That's still plus 2.5 science. Or much younger tactician, Orsbane, timid, and they both are hunters, so they will give me opinion and food. I think I pick the schemer. Even if it's a little science, it's enough to be valuable. She's healed, but maybe she'll recover, I don't know. My king still isn't ill at 67, and is still quite a capable leader if I want to judge in Persia. So yeah, alright, let's do it. My first queen died some time ago. I only had a courtier very recently, so most of my descendants are well, none of them were tutored. I think I got to tutor Duke Aerospace 1, and my princess is really less than ideal with -3 charisma and -3 discipline. That's very bad, so I'm not sure what I'll do with that. Ideally this guy would inherit, but I don't want to bypass all the kids, so we'll have to see. I don't really know how I'll handle that. I have very poor, I have barely any iron production, I should say, which is why I went for this hamlet to grab a few heals. And I probably want to grab these ones as soon as possible. I could easily enough by making a specialist, but they would go to this city, and I want Persia to be able to sprawl along the coast at one point, so that's why I didn't do that specifically. Yeah, I think I'll do mine first. You can see I'm plus 40 order generation, so I'll be happy to compare with where alcaras sit at, but I expect for now to have a strong order advantage. I'm not even sure if he's scouted me yet and can check our strength differences. And I think I'm making a scout somewhere. Yeah, here. Because I want really to keep eyes on what he's doing in the front. But probably I should be going for another walker first. And I'll be doing that. Lost a turn on with the scout, but that should be okay. The city is slowly making another wire while recuperating from the recent raid. Another thing to note is that tribal units, we are normal tribes, so even as mercs, they only have 2 fatigue points, and we have double march only, so they are quite limited in range compared to other units, and they are still relatively weak. So it could be a strong thing for me to be able to strike first and kill these units while they are still 3 strength, rather than wait for longer. On tech I've caught up a bit. I'm going to Portcullis soon. I got military drill, I got administration. I will be wanting to get this bottom bit for laws, essentially. And after Portcullis, the focus really is forestry, land consolidation, manor, bodkin arrow. Well, composite bow, manor, bodkin arrow. I'm going to 2 longbows and pikes. And other than that, I want lows. So I'll make a few paltons and chariots, but I'm not going to go toward the stirrups and all that. I'm quite sure he will, but yeah, even with a strong advantage with doctrine and whatever, doctrine is not on the path to boarding, and we'll see how we can go there. His standing army, in the meantime, is made of tribal units, which are weaker, don't rout, and have some limited tactical mobility. Because of the fatigue limit, and we'll see. Alcaras might surprise me with a zealot which synergizes well with them, but I never saw him do that kind of stuff, so we'll have to see. So that will be my goal. I'm okay with my food bank, quite close to forestry, and forestry is on the road to longbows anyway, so I will pick it, no problem if I see it. I'm quite sure I'll get an opportunity to pick rhetoric on my way. So I want rhetoric, I want centralization, I want, at rhetoric I want exploration, I want sovereignty at one point, and especially for constitution, which will improve my science, and the civics boost, but I'll pick those decks when they are on offer, because there are two turn takes at the moment quite often. So I will use it to fill, to not have to go through whatever costly tech on my way to longbows. Also cheap tech rotation, because I have no scholar leader. We'll see when I get my queen, but so that's the beeline. I have a city advantage. I have and that's about all I have. I have city and order advantage, and Alcaraz will have everything else. He's still far ahead in science and will remain so. We are on the limit between learned and erudite. I tend to see him learned during my turn and see him erudite during his. So right on the breakpoint, but that's still plus 50% acquired tech. I'm sure with the monastery first thing and all that, he's had great science generation from very early on, even with less cities, less all of that. I haven't seen Wasat in some time, but there were 2 specialists, and I didn't find any specialists in his other cities when I got to glance at them. So I don't expect he will have awesome order generation, but he will have good order generation still. I'm quite sure there will be a few in Yamu as well. So yeah, that's where we stand. His hair is still 10. She's an intolerant politics student, so I'm sure he's aiming for an orator. He probably has awesome relations with his families. But yeah, so his units were in the south. They grabbed the Numidian sites, like buy all the Numidians and kill the other, the last one. This one was pre-cleared too, and maybe there are a few others. Here there are barbs, which will be no threats to him, and the Scythian site, which I should work toward, but I only have 2 chariots, so we'll have to see what I can reasonably do about that. Because these guys move 1 tile in forest, but there are possibly units on these tiles. I'll see if I get attacked, but I'll retreat to make sure I don't get attacked right now, because I'll have to wait anyway for these units to kill then heal before really moving in that direction. I'd really like to make 3 chariots, 3 more, but I would have to rest them out because it's in conflict with my desire for specialists, and I really want specialists. So yeah, I have an Elder Monk. Well, it will take still quite a bit of time. An Elder Monk would be 7 more years. Well, 9. Oh, that's unpleasant. I'll have to see if I can accelerate that one way or another. But anyways, that's the direction. Catch up a little bit on science. We don't need to do awesome things. I'll grab cartography if I can do it on the cheap, but and still research. I'm reaching particularly assigned spy master and agents for vision more than anything else, and then rush to Bodkin Arrow and infantry square. He will need time to make his unique units. He will probably want them upgraded, meaning what would happen at the moment if he wants to do that. He needs a citadel in Wasset to make his unique units here and upgrade them in Wasset. Every time he upgrades one, he has to pay another 160 training, which he has a hard time generating. So yeah, that will take some time. I think it's a timing, but probably a bit slower than expected. Alright, and I'm done with the turn. See you on turn 60. Bye.